There's something to live for. I keep fighting, but I know I'm losing the battle. And it's hard to see the sun. I keep trying when I know there's something to live for. You're not turning off like why? I keep fighting, but I know I'm losing the battle. I keep trying when I know there's something to live for.
Woo! Oh yeah. Let's go. This is your host, Ray Hama, one versus a million. Just let me know if I can be heard. We got to get into it. Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Woo! Let's go. How you guys doing? Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Yes. Most importantly, also yes, like and share, like and share. Yes, and if you're feeling so generous, yes, the Cash App link is in the chat. So there you go, and it's also in the description. And yes, and we'll be covering solo leveling. Yes, yes, and brilliant, unique, and just marvelous. Marvelous. We're gonna dive into it. Do a quick dive into the first season, um, but more importantly, we're going to be going over what I've taken notes for, which is the second season, and going from episode 1 to 3. I'm waiting for episode 4. It's rumored that episode 4 is out. I didn't get the notification of such, but I shall also cover that as well. And yes, 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 yes. I'm like, woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let me play some music for the background. Oh, yes. Okay. Sung Jin Woo, right? Okay, in this anime in particular, right? It's unique as you will find it, in its own rights. Okay. But let me play this real quick. Let me play this real quick. Uh yeah, we are going to dive into it. Thank you guys for coming through. Let's go. Oh yeah. Okay. Sung Jin Roo is basically, a high school student who basically took up a job to become a hunter because in this universe, right, we're basically somewhere in Asia. Um, Over the past 10 years, there's been appearances of gates, which basically which is a portal, you would say, and leads to dungeons. In these dungeons, lots of creatures and everything else. So therefore, hunters are established because of this reawakening ability that happens, and therefore it brings forth the hunter's rank. So they go by ranks. Um, S rank, is the top ones or whatever. But this one, as you can imagine, being a protagonist, he's E rank, and so therefore, and there's this doubt of him and his abilities and everything else. But he managed to prove himself, and definitely. So when he went through one dungeon, and I have a couple, maybe a few bullet points of questions I have. They are a mystery to everybody else as well. Um, but yeah, but in this particular dungeon, the dungeon he went into, where basically, as to everybody else, he presumed, died, and I don't know, was resurrected somehow. But going through this dungeon, it was a double dungeon. It turns into a double dungeon. And in dungeon, him and his party is a party of other hunters. They went in there, but only him and a couple of others managed to escape. And how that how that played out, I was just wow. Like I'm like, oh, we just eerie and it just go and I like how it just goes into making you think like, okay, man, like what if like what would I do in such a situation? You know? Um and so there's the mystery of that, of like, okay, of was that like a double awakening? You know, that's one of my questions. Okay. Uh, because after that, you know, when he was about to meet his end in Sung Jin Woo, uh, he basically woken up, you know, and then now he's in this verse where you know he has this ability where it turns into like basically a game, a video game that he's playing, but in real life, you know. So basically, if he gets deleted, then you know, then it's total game over. um, but I like how, like, you know, where they managed to set up to where nobody else could see his screen, shit, but him, you know, and everybody was wondering, like, man, what kind of magic you're using, you know, because you're pulling all kind of shit out, you know, weapons, swords, cloaks, and all that, you know. So I'm like, wow, okay. So now I'm going into a question, okay, wondering who else has that kind of awakening. All right. And and I dig how basically in the first season I'm still in where he um is putting in great strain, you know, to try to come out triumphant, you know, to grow stronger. And with each fight he gets into, it's like a life or death situation. You know, although if he does win, it's basically goes into where it's like a game, you know, because he levels up and gets different items and stuff like that from the bosses he kills, from the mini bosses to, you know, basically the same as you would in a fantasy adventure RPG game. So yeah, and with this you'll go into, okay, with me it was giving me vibes of, I would say, which animes? I would say, yeah, maybe a little bit of Dot Hack GU, and I want to say that, but um, it's online. It involves the STL Soul Translator, a little bit, little elements of that, yeah, and the same with a little bit from reincarnated as a slime. I don't know, just understand. Yeah, there's just so much different animes I'm seeing, like, you know, within this, and but it's still unique with its own right. It has its own unique properties where it's just in itself because it's. I'm like, yeah, I did not expect this. I totally went into this with an open mind, and oh my god, so he's leveling up and defeating these creatures, and then when he gets to Igris, right? This I think he was like a knight commander or something like that. Yeah, top guy, top rank, and boy, that battle, I was kind of scared for my boy Sung Jin Woo. You hear me? I was scared for. I was like, ooh, that boy's fast. I'm like, boy, oh man, but he managed to defeat him, and and to my shocker, right? And to like everybody else's, you know, who hasn't read the manga, you know, as I thank you, brother Nameless. Um, Shout out to brother Nameless protagonist. Yeah, for sending me the link to the manga source that I need to go to, which has it in color. So I've been savoring on that, you know, holding that back, so you know, catching up with the anime, and then finding time to dive into it. And yeah, because the anime, the manhwa is called. Correction, the manhwa is very far. So yeah, but Igris, man, that boy is fast. But yeah, but to the end of that, right? To my surprise, Sung Jin Woo I think it was like, yeah, after he defeated Igris, yeah, he ended up with the ability of what is called Shadow Monarch, right? Where he is able, y'all, to the cats that he's defeated. He is able to use this ability where it's like necromancy, right? So yeah, so just imagine like you playing a game like that. I'm like, ooh, okay, okay, yeah. I had a Shadow Army that in that case, then therefore it's similar to the game Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice that I played, which is a won like multiple awards, and yeah, a lot of people complain about it uh, because they're not that strong of gamers, right? And yeah, I don't care what you say. Yeah, you gave up on that game. You are nowhere near on my level. So yeah. So within that game, right, as I mentioned, Sekiro, he has the ability. You end up you have to earn this ability to be able to I forgot what it's called, where you can be able to use that necromancy to create puppets, and I think you get up to two puppets, two puppets you can control, but it's it's temporary. We do have where you gain up to the ability where it gets stronger, where it will last longer. So yeah, it reminded me of that, but in order to do that, each enemy you get in contact with, you have to create them into your own like zombified puppet, right? But him, Sung Jin Woo, in this real life slash game that he's playing, it's real life, but it's a game at the same time. So with his ability, he can take his army of all he created with him wherever the hell he goes. Ooh, man, boy, when I seen that army, I'm like, oh man, hell no. And he got Egress with him on his side too. So I'm like, man, and I like how with these soldiers he's created, he's also developed a relationship with them too as well, to some degree. It's a little funny, cool comical relationship, uh but yeah, so if we're and then going into the second season, right? Man, like to my surprise, he's taller. He really seemed like he got a little bit taller too. Like I don't know if it's because of the cut or whatever, and in his outfit where he looking more clean cut, looking like a real like dashing stud student, because everybody's giving him looks, like, oh my god, like who is he? Like even his sister was like, are you my brother? No. I was like, oh man, and so Sung Jin Woo in this one, he's taller looking, and then yeah, Hunter Hwang is a S rank hunter. He was picked up by I believe a guild member from the White Tiger Guild. Cause see, and also too within this that you will like is that there are guilds too with this, as you can imagine, like it's not that far fetched to believe, that okay, with hunters, farming up and stuff, that there will come a time where they will just, created a guild as they did, they created guilds plur, that you can join and everything. And so, and towards the latest, episode where I'm at, episode 3, as you will see that our boy Jinru becomes so badass to where all the guilds now are like fighting to try to recruit him, and do great things and all that, as you can imagine. So, but this dude Huang, this S rank hunter, I'm like, man, this dude, boy, he's looking kind of, he's like Vegeta kind of cocky, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay. I'm like, they're gonna need his assistance, as they said, but this dude's interest became, within Sung Jin Woo. You know, he wanted to check him out, see what he's about, test him. You know, because he's one of those like, hey, at the ready to fight you right now, whatever kind of dudes. So, and and Sung Jin Woo, he goes into this gate in this episode 1, as I'm hitting on right now. He goes to this gate with this girl who's basically supposed to be a friend of his sister, you know, because she's a high school student too. So, she's a high school student herself. So yeah, and as soon as they went into this gate, I mean, like every episode, y'all like keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Like don't have certain expectations. Like saying, okay, because it's not this or that I'm going to dismiss it. No, going into it like with a clear, open mind, like open arms. You know, willing to just take what it gives you and just and pick the pieces like from there. You know, from what you like and just so you can reach some decent level of acceptance and appreciation for this awesome masterpiece of work right here. Um, so yeah, but dude, soon as they go into this gate, I'm like, wow. It immediately turned into a red gate, which is a higher rank gate, and so they, him and I think it was the exception of two and some others that didn't get sucked in and pulled into the gate, the red gate, because Sung Jin Woo told him, hey, you know, get a hold of the guild, you know, tell them what's up, you know, tell them what's going on. So him and this one A rank hunter is in there who's playing team lead. You know, so they decided to to split off, you know, in the groups. And here, you know, all the creatures, you know, stronger. But these creatures in this territory is the bear territory, the ice bear territory, as they call them. These ice bears, right? Yes, motherfucker. Ice bears. Ice bears. So, yeah, ice bears. So, just solo leveling is mid. Well, yeah, I ain't gonna be throwing off. But look, okay, and these bears, right? And these bears, I'll tell you this. They are strong. They're strong as hell, but nothing to our boy Sung Jin Woo. I'm like, wow, man. Like, there's something. I'm like, what is that? What is the truth? That's the mystery. What of it all? Like, what is the truth behind, like, you know, his strength, his ability to rise up, you know, in strength like that? Because they literally believe, you know, that hey, that if you reawaken, you know, in whatever rank you are, that, you know, that's your rank, you know, period. It is. They made it sound like there was no way you can level up. But with Sung Jin Woo, with this special reawakening that he received, it leads me to think that, okay, what if there are certain others, you know, a certain small percentage of other hunters all around the world that are like Sung Jin Woo? So that's my one bullet point of question and of a mystery that I noticed. So the ice bears, right? There was nothing to just Sung Jin Woo, boom, you know, because he was there for, you know, a whole nother purpose. So, and they come across these the ice or ice slayer elves, ice elves, whatever the hell, these Omri bastards. So, and what is revealed that their mission is to is just, they said it's just programmed into them, you know, to attack humans, you know, to kill any humans in their way. So, but this episode focused more so on the bears, Um, and oh man, so yeah, this A-Rank hunter, he's showing some hey, some power. They got hey, they could defeat some bears and shit. But he surprised me later on in his episode. But that wasn't before Sung Jin Woo come across. Um, excuse me, coming across the leader of the Ice Bears. He summoned his whole army with him. I'm like, oh, okay, it's about to go down. Oh, and he hold. And I was like, okay, he's smart with it too, because he knows how to use his army. He showed me that he knows how to use his army like someone like it's a chess match or something like that, right? So I'm like, okay, he summoned them, and leader of the Bears, he had his pack, they clashed and yeah, they did some damage, to Sun Jiwoo. Then it was to my surprise, okay, that his Shadow Monarch ability is directly connected to his mana, to how much mana he has. So, but when his Shadow Army got beaten, when they depleted his MP, the leader of the Bears, because he defeated the last of his Shadow Army. Man, that bear boy wasn't no joke. That bear wasn't no joke. Hey, but then Sung Jin Woo, he didn't even need to jump in on this. He just sat back and was like, all right. And he hold back his. Well, I'm saying, like, he playing it, like he knows how to use his army like someone like playing in a chess match is because he didn't use Egress like from the jump. He hold Egress back, for last, to fight the leader. Or you would think, to join him in fighting the leader. No, he sat back and used Egress to fight him. And Egress, boy, he put the works in on that bear quick, something vicious. I was like, oh, boy, yes, sirs. Yes, sirs. And my fear was, okay, that when they put that in English dub, as you will go see, I don't know if they have done it yet for episode 2 or 3, because right now I'm waiting on episode 4. I know they didn't do it for episode 2 or 3 yet, because I checked last night, but they didn't have the English dubs for those two, but only for episode 1 of this new season. So, and going back to that, because my example from Don, when one of their episodes, one of the past 5 episodes of them, when they came out with the English version, they edited the shit out of that episode, I tell you. So my fear was, okay, but they was going to do that with this show, and whenever they put it in English dub. So I went and watched that first episode again twice. So, and no, they didn't edit that out. The part when Egress was slicing the hell out of that bear, that ice bear. That was magnificent. Boy, that bear wasn't playing no games. Nor was Egress. And so, and when that bear was, when his legs got taken out of him, when he cut the bear's Achilles heel, as you would say, yeah, basically made it to where he couldn't walk. And that bear was about to recharge, boy. Hey, he's about to charge or do some kind of like a final impact move or some shit. You know what I mean? And Egress noticed that shit. He was like, no, nope, and sliced that damn bear's head off. And so there we go. And then, not really to my surprise, but Sung Jin Woo That was by virtue of fighting the bears and the leader of the bears because what? Because what? He wanted to convert them into his shadow monarch army. Ah, yes, yes, sirs, yes, sir. So I'm like, okay. So if they let my boy get this ham and this powerful, then it's no wonder that the hell of what his opponents, from here on out are going to be because how powerful they're going to be. Ouch. It's not that hard to assume, damn it, that they're going to be super powerful. I tell you. And so yeah, he converted them into his ranks, and yeah, man. And so that was just so awesome, dude. That was so awesome of a battle, man. And but at the end of the episode, after that, right, the A rank hunter, whom I thought that was gonna be, a fight to the death kind of shit. This motherfucker ends up running for his life because he's seen his party that he went off with, that he part when they split off, the party that was rocking with him for him being the leader of the whole party. So the party he had, they all got demolished by the ice elves, and his ass ran off in terror. I'm like, oh man. So, well, hey, he's like a live to fight another day kind of shit. So yeah, he ran in terror, boy. Because they show you what it seems to appear to be like the leader of those ice elves, or one of the lieutenants, or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, and so in episode 2, right? So episode 2, okay, Sung Jin, he turned the bears, and the leader into the Shadow Army. So I was geeked about that. Now, I was geeked about that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, man. So I was like, okay. So I'm curious what he's gonna be cooking up with them, man. So because with that kind of power right there, it's especially too when video games now that we play will teach you a great lesson too with such great power that you will obtain throughout the game that it's not to be used unwisely. Right, because you can end up using like all your juice up for this one particular powerful ability that you will have, and you end up needing it, like severely needing it, and when you come across certain points, that you didn't expect, which is the point of video games, what I mean, is to make it to where, you don't expect certain shit. So, yeah. So that's what I think every time when I'm playing basically dead or any game now. So, and so, yeah, they've been waiting at the gate at this point, in this period for like 3 days now, waiting outside this gate to turn red. And now I'm wondering, okay, they're ranking these gates too as well, therefore, so they can know which kind of parties to match up with it, right? So I'm like, okay, if this happened if this been going on just in the span of 10 years, then one of my bullet points of the mystery that's in question is, okay, who cast these gates / portals in the first place? And if it was someone, whatever entity that has done so, that has such cosmic powers, right? Then maybe that particular entity got hipped to that, right? To humans, all around the world doing that, because these gates are all around the world. So there's hunters all over. Okay. And to prove which, it was we'll see further evidence of that, as we go through this next episode. So therefore, I'm wondering, did the entity get hit to that and was like, okay, I'm gonna switch the game up on y'all motherfuckers. So okay, and therefore we get this double dungeon and this dungeon that turns this gate that turns red takes you into a whole another territory. So now I'm wondering, okay, with that now being said, then we can safely say that they can get rid of the whole gate ranking system. I mean, if it's bound to change, like a C rank gate changing into uh, uh, a gate that's ranked for players for hunters who are what, A rank, close to S rank, but you got like B, C rank hunters going in. Come on, man. Like, nah. I will be paranoid as hell. You know what I mean? Like, unless I'm like one of the top 5 powerful hunters in the world that have some God-given abilities. So yeah, but and so I'm waiting outside for him, to come out. Guess who, comes out and has been waiting on Sung Jin Woo too? Huang. This whole cocky, hot-headed S-rank hunter. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm waiting on Sung Jin Woo to come out. You know what I mean? Shit, I want to check him out and all that shit. But yeah, he gets in a tense little, you want to say, almost about to be a scuffle between him and old boy from this from the other guild. I think he's from the White Tiger Guild. Yeah, because he has like white spiked hair and shit. Because he grabbed dude real quick after he questioned one of the guild members, that was waiting there at the gate. He questioned Huang, asking him, "Hey, how did did you basically allow Sung Jin Woo? How did he come about to to this party, man? To this gate?" And dude said basically he invited him, basically as to test his skills and all that shit. So Huang he didn't like that. He was like, "Oh, okay." And to my surprise, real quick, this motherfucker turned at Mach speed. I'm like, dude, ooh. I'm like, so S-rank hunters coming with this kind of power, okay? This motherfucker turned and snatched him up real quick by the throat. Like, pissed at him because he allowed Sung Jin Woo to come and join the party. And then this other guy, is with him, basically part of the same guild, I believe. I didn't catch his name, but he grabs Huang's arm. He was like, "Hey," he was like, "Stop that shit," He was like, "Hey, calm that shit down." And Huang, he was like, "Oh, ready to go?" And dude was like, "Hey, I'm ready to go too." Shit. So they was about to throw them blows. But one of the members there came in between them and stopped him he had one hand for each punch, for each one that was about to throw. He caught each one of them and, he was like, damn. He was like, he said something around the lines of like, "Hey, if I wasn't such and such or whatever, you guys would have broke my arms." I think it was that, okay, if they would have punched like, gave it like their all or whatever, that they would have broke his arms because he stepped in to stop him. And I'm like, boy, psh. I'm like, this dude, man, yeah, this Hawaan guy, he's an asshole. He's an asshole. So yeah. Um yeah, and this here, right? Yeah, and there's the A-Rate Hunter. He pops up on Jinwoo, and try to check him, and then Sung Jinwoo knocked his ass out. He knocked his ass out and far away because he's coming up to them, trying to think, okay, that they had something to do with his party getting killed. When you can say is damn near a given because of them splitting up in the first place. Last episode. So yeah, he coming and trying to check him. He's like, hey, you guys better tell me the truth. I'm counting to three, and then Jim will come up, popping up out of nowhere, boom, real quick. I'm like, whoo, that's my boy Jin Woo. I'm like, oh man, my boy is strong as hell. Oh shit! And there's everybody's shocked. It's like, how's an E rank hunter? Blah blah. Well, the ranking system that he's under this particular Awakening Sun, is is canceling out the ranking system, damn it, that y'all are going under. So yeah. So now, all actuality, he's higher than them. You might as well say he's S rank right now. So yeah, he knocked his ass out, in a farm. So yeah, then then the ice elves and the leader of ice elves pop up, popping up to Jinwoo because Jinwoo noticed their ass when they was trying to be in disguise, trying to hide their presence. I'm like, ooh, damn, some Jinwoo that powerful. I mean, to notice, like, don't you have to be like in a high rank to notice motherfuckers trying to be in ninja mode like that, like the ice elves were, like how they was hiding their presence. So yeah, let me. Oh shit! I think somebody's at the door. I'll be back. Okay. All right. Now I believe we're back. Okay, testing, testing. Hopefully I can be heard. So yeah, I'm not trying to be on this that long. Um, yeah, because it's just in the 3 episodes. Thank God I didn't wait like I did with certain shows. Waiting until like the 8th episode and all that, which is a lot of notes that I had to create like in one time in one setting. So yeah, they facing off, and oh man, so um, in their introduction, basically, so you were asking like who he was, and what was his purpose and all that. Then it was funny because I'm like, which shows you that this is a game slash real life situation stuff that's happening right now, right? The leader of the ice elves glitched. He glitched. he glitched out for a second. I'm like, what? You know, Sung Jinwoo was kind of like, questioning that himself. So he went a different direction with it. You know what I mean? So so he told him, hey, nah, I'm gonna say, nah, I'm not gonna agree to your terms, which he wasn't anyway, because his terms was okay, give him, let them kill the humans, basically, the other hunters, and he'll go free. So no, he refused, and they end up bumping. Boy, I'm telling you, they ended up fighting something fierce, man, and that's boy, the leader of the Ice Elves was no joke. Do you hear me? That leader of the Ice Elves was no joke, and I didn't even catch his name. But wow. Oh, yes, you talking about like fast paced martial arts action. Yes, and don't come to me, y'all, talking about, oh, it's too fast. It's just, I couldn't really make out what was that. Well, then you haven't seen Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. So anyway, hey, I'm back, guys. Thank you. Yeah, a little technical difficulties right there. Um, there was something in my background, and in this, there's affecting this StreamYard, man. I don't know. Anyway, but dude, the fight. Yes, let's get back to that. The fight. Whoo! Okay. Now, if you've seen Advent Children, Final Fantasy VII, and you was able to train your eyes to keep up with that, because that wasn't like a one-time view, and I watched that like three times over. All right, and that was a masterpiece in itself too. So if you can train your eyes to keep up with that kind of fast-paced action, then you definitely can keep up with this too as well. So with this particular fight, and oh man, that was crazy. I'm like, he's quick-witted too. He's revealed how quick-witted he is, Sung Jin Woo, because in the midst of fighting the leader of the Ice Elves, right? He chose to jump in on this one. He wasn't sitting back. He was in the fight uh, with Egress. They both chose. Well, basically, he was going to have it like a one-on-one kind of thing, I guess. To a degree. But the leader of Ice Elves says, "Hey, won't all y'all come at me? Come at me at once. I'll take all of y'all on." And shit, they obliged. And with that, they went at him, Egress and him. Oh man, that was just smooth, marvelous action right there. That's the kind of fighting I want to see. Yes, that is not predictable. You know, this is witty. I like wits being displayed in the midst of fighting. So, and that's what was displayed when Sung Jinwoo used the A-Ray hunter, who was still coming at him mad because what happened to him with his party being and him getting knocked out and shit. Yeah, with his party being deleted by them elves, so he's still pissed. He's charging Sung Jin Woo, and then Sung Jin Woo um, had egress to stab him, to kill him. He killed him, and then he quickly. I like how they show what, because it was happening so quick. So when they showed you, they went back to show what Sung Jin Woo did and how he turned the A rank hunter. I think his name is Cho. I had it written down, but yeah, I think it was like Cho or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so he quickly turned him into a shadow warrior. He became big and massive too, and his weapon was looked like a big axe hammer or something like that. And he came and countered whatever the attack was that the ice elf was coming with. And so with them three ganging up on him, man, that was spectacular. And then how Sung Jin Woo quickly realized how he needs to be smart with them, with these shadow warriors, and how he used them to take out, this dude. And I like how he did that, basically, that the surprise attack that he came with. So, they finally took him out in the final blow coming when he resummoned, dang, I forgot the name he gave him, basically the A-Rank Hunter, the now Shadow Warrior, and how he used him to took him out. That was awesome. That was magnificent. Magnificent battle. So yes. Now yeah. Yeah, because man, and the wizards he have to that cast the fireball spells and all that. I'm like, yeah, that's very smart. So now he got multiple different characters he can use that's to his ability that he can strategically use against fighting his opponents of whomever he fights and whatever abilities they may have. He got an arsenal of multiple different versions of soldiers, that with quick-witted thinking, that he can use to defeat those opponents that come with their own particular special abilities. So yeah, in the party of 3 hunters, they Sung Jin Woo and the 3 hunters that was left, in his party, they managed to escape because with him defeating the leader of the Ice Elves, that basically was the key of them being able to get back. So they was able to get back, and Mr. Beck, the leader of that guild, he was out there waiting, and he was waiting for his I think his name is Bach, Mr. Bach. Yeah, he was surprised to see only 4 low rank hunters, made it back. And he was pissed at Jin Woo. So, he was wanting to question him. But Sung Jin Woo was in a bad mood for some reason. But Sung Jin Woo told him, hey man, he's like, yeah, all your soldiers, most of your hunters have died, but I managed to save 2, to bring back 2. So you should be thanking me if you're the leader. And he digressed. He was like, okay, yeah, you're right. He apologized and everything else. So, but he was still like, hey man, something's up with that dude. And yeah, that was right. So yeah, for him to apologize and everything else, and see that, hey, that at least you have 2 hunters, man, that made it back. And definitely after he made it out of that gate, and it's been reported that gate has changed into a red gate, then Yeah, we can say that's basically was the kicker where everybody was like, "Yeah, we definitely got to have this man on our guild." So yeah, and then it goes in this episode towards the end as we see that okay, he was really pissed off. Sung Jinwoo, he was in a bad mood because he wasn't able to convert for some weird reason, which shows that to us now that okay that he can't convert everybody into his old necromancy spell or whatever. Like he couldn't turn them into his shadow army. So, but I think he was able to get some items from him. I guess as you can imagine, as I would hope. Defeating a powerful enemy like that, yeah, you got to have some items. So yeah, I believe if I remember correctly, yeah, he did receive some items from him. So Jiru was a yeah. So yeah, the end of that one, yeah, then episode 3 now, right? Yeah, so yeah, it was cool though about this man. Oh, dude, I was like, wow, it was comical, it's funny, um, and they have some other own senses. I would say his shadow soldiers because in the episode as it begins, it shows where Sung Jinwoo is in this cave that has creatures in there, and his army is taking out these creatures. And what it seems that he was taking them out just so they wouldn't be in the way of him mining these gems, which he snapped his fingers. I was like, okay. I'm like, shoot, um, they're obedient like that. Shit, no question, no protest. They as soon as he snapped his fingers, it's like they knew what to do. He didn't need to tell them nothing. They just went right to it, mining, that cave for the gems. And there was a young soldier there, uh, and I think his name is you. Yeah, you, you or yo, Jinho, you or yo Jinho. Yeah, the young hunter that was with him. He's there. He's basically looking up to Jin. He's looking up to Jin Woo like a brother kind of tip. And as you'll see that later on, going through the episode, because basically, he was like, "Hey, can I, uh, can I carry, some gems for you, big bro?" And one of the soldiers came and gave him some gems, to carry. And Sun Jin was he looked surprised about it. He was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm like, "Oh, wow." So yeah, and we see the next thing is something random. Tell me about this character now. Like this whole, don't forget, this dude just comes up. This next character, mysterious character, this random strong Captain Yami vibes type of dude. He pops up, up on this crash boat. I'm believing okay that he probably crashed because from what it seems, the sailor on the boat, the only one that's conscious or slash alive. Well, yeah, they are unconscious because he said they was unconscious. But dude was still in fright, and he basically what he is a foreign hunter. He's like, hey man, I'm human. I want to go home. Shit. so so he grants him that, and then yeah. So I'm like, man, I'm kind of curious about that. I'm curious about this dude. Okay, so let's see how this goes. And Jinwoo, and you or yo was eating at the restaurant, the young hunter, and they was, conversating or whatever. And then the young hunter tells him basically how he has an older brother that's 10 years older than him, and that doesn't really care for him like that. You know what I mean? And so, in which case, yeah, I can relate to that, which a lot of us, can relate. And just that experience of just having that brother, you know, like an older brother around that you're hanging with. It's just a different, joyful, exciting experience that you can't duplicate when it comes to dealing with a woman. You know, as I said, a whole different thing in itself. And you know, so it was hard for him to look up to anybody. And but he said, hey, but Jinru, when he came across Jinru, he said Jinru saved his life. You know, and he's thanking him, and he looked up to him ever since, and he said, hey, that he wished that Sung Jinru could be his brother. And Sung Jinru, hey man, because this was like, a touchy moment for me right there, because Sung Jinru basically, took his drink, his beer, and they toast, and making a toast to him, he said, yeah, he's okay then. Well, if that's the case, then from now on, you're my brother. It just that overwhelming joy that he got, man. That you got from that. That I can resonate with that totally. And a lot of y'all, damn it, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. If you see that moment, y'all know what I'm talking about. And he was just quick to be ready to, like, just be of help to his brother, and he was saying, like, hey, do you want me to get this for you? Do you want me to do it for you? He's like, Sanju was like, calm down, because he was that hype, man. He was that giddy, and man, it's a whole, yeah, man. So I'm like, yeah, so that's awesome, man. So he took him up under his wing. But Sun Jinwoo told him, man, that he was going to be away for a minute, as he also told his sister, because he was on a mission. And I remember his mission is him trying to find a way to help his mother. So therefore he's trying to get this elixir of life. Because you see, yeah, and also too, yeah, man, they say they, between them two, as they, because he was been rocking with Sung Jinwoo for a minute, the youngster. Dude, they did 19 quests together. So I'm like, you can't help but want to, establish that kind of brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like, hey, and it's just a joy, man. It's awesome. So yeah. And basically, I think, yeah, the next thing, we got the foreign hunter. He's basically, he's 400, but he was trapped in a gate for 10 years. Now they got him in jail. You know what I mean? They got him bound for a minute because they're trying to, figure him out. And they found out his name is Sung. Please, somebody help me in the chat if you know this dude's name. Sung Il Huan. Sung Il Huan. So with Sung being in there, okay, I'm taking his last name. So yeah, it's Sung Jinwoo's dad. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, he got this, I'm badass, I'm super powerful, Captain Yami aura, right? So, they're trying to figure him out and everything, because he pops up, he pops up, he pops up at their gate for being trapped in there 10 years. When he finally was able to get out, he appeared at the gate that was in America. See, back in the beginning when I was talking about the gates, being in other countries as well, all over the world. Yeah, so there's that example right there. And I'm like, damn. So I'm like, so that leads me to say, okay, are they going to go into what the hunters are and their abilities and their powers? The hunters that are from all around the world, basically. Are they going to just focus on between 1 to 2 different countries? So, uh, so that was my question. Also, with that bullet point question of the mysteries in the show that I peeped out. So, uh, so yeah, and so yeah, they kept him up, locked up, and hold up there until Huang, as he's on the plane coming, because they call for assistance. Who's a S-ray hunter, Huang, the one who has a I'm willing to fight whoever kind of attitude. I'm the alpha in the room kind of bastard. Yeah, him. They come to wait for him to interrogate him, to question him. So they're worried because they thought like he's a humanoid beast. So I was gonna say, you can't blame a motherfucker. Oh, I understand that. So, but yeah, as we go into the next scene, I'm talking to y'all about this like as if I'm watching the episode like scene by scene, So yeah, in the next scene, we see Sung Jinwoo. In order to get to this gate, he used the key, a particular weird looking key. And so in this area, it's called basically the Demon Castle. Yeah. So in this castle, in this requirement, in order to basically to get out back into your own world, he needs to eliminate or collect the souls of demon souls of 10,000. And he's like, oh, well, shoot, whether it be a 10,000 or 100, don't matter. Because he actually came there for another reason. Basically, I would say, to see how far he can get with the rations that he had. Because in this, as you can imagine, in the same like with a video game, that you will have to keep your rations and your potions, a whole stockpile of that, just so you won't be ass out when you really are in true need. So, and there's a lot of games will teach you a hard grade lesson on it to where you may be ready to put the game away for a minute. So, and in this dungeon, there's floors. And it's weird, odd one, and but there's demons all around. And this dude is taking them out, man, by mountain pals. And so, and as you can imagine, my boy, he's getting powerful and he's growing in power as he's going through this stage, this I want to say dungeon, this gate. He's really rising up far in his rank and all his numbers, and just growing stronger. And so the next scene, we see the young hunter Yo Jin Ho asks his dad to hand over the guild to him. The guild, which is their guild's name is Eugen Guild. Yeah, so I'm saying, that's Eugen Ho. Yeah, that's how I will say, Eugen Ho. So and his dad was, thought for a minute, but he was like, okay, all right, I'll hand you the guild, but you got to get Sung Jinwoo, to join, because Sung Jinwoo became greatly recognized, by many. So so he's geeked, happy about it, whatever. So, um, yeah, so next thing we see, my boy Sun Jinwoo. Ah, shit, Sun Jinwoo. He said he walked. He got off that pile of demons. He was like, he's like, yeah, it's far, and I'm, walking can wear you out, So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna catch a ride. And he summons what, y'all? He summons the damn leader of the bears. Because he got all the bears, the whole ice bear army, including the leader. So you're like, damn, why would he call forth one of them bears? One of the regular bears. No, he said fuck that. He wanted to ride. Damn it, the big bear. Damn it, the biggest one, the leader. And that mug is ferocious too, boy. He is ferocious. He ride. I was like, oh, she's riding my boy. He's like, yeah. He's like, damn that. So, yeah, I was like, ooh, that's smart. That's smart. Well, yes, because guess what? Ray Humble would have did the same thing. And thus, yes, as I have before plenty of times in games, especially on the Witcher series. Yes, you think I've walked around that whole damn. No. I summoned that damn horse. I summon Roach every time. Come here, Roach. Oh, boy. Especially when fighting dragons and all that shit. Yeah. Come here, Roach. Man, boy. I'm like, I don't blame Sun Jin Woo one bit. So, yeah. So, so yeah, use the bear to help him take to his destination. That bear is just bursting through them demons too, boy. So I was like, oh man. So you can imagine too that okay, the stronger he gets, the stronger, uh, the stronger his shadow army gets. I mean, you would think in proper theory. So yeah. So you just help him climb up to these floors and shit. So yeah. Um, Yeah, when his army, man, when him and his army faced off against one of the Lord of the Lower Floors, whose name is Avaricius, Avaricious Vulcan. They call him the Fat Demon. Yeah, he's on the 49th floor at this point. And this demon, y'all, this fat demon was no joke. Took me by total surprise. Total surprise, man. Y'all see how fast that boy moved? He even shocked Sun Jin-woo for a minute. To Sun Jin-woo had to snap out of it. So I think Sun Jin-woo would have came out on top or whatever, but it would have took a little bit longer if he didn't use that strategy that he used to lure the fat demon to an area in this area of these buildings where it basically cut off a lot of space he would have to do a lot of that movement. A lot of that movement. Hey, peace, everybody. Peace, and blessings. Thanks for coming through. Please don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, and hit the cash app too if you feel generous to bless the Hama for us. Thank you. Um, and yeah, so this fat demon man was just vicious, vicious, and there was quick wits in there that you would see in that fight that was displayed when he summoned when Sun Jiwoo knew he quickly had to summon that shield because that fat demon was up on him real quick and it was just superly just pounding on him. And then that was also how he took him out, because he used the surroundings, to basically to cut off the space that the fat demon had to move, so quick. So yeah, he countered him, came down upon him, took him out. So and gained some items from him. So now I'm wondering, and I don't think they showed it, if he converted that fat demon to his army. Just think if he if he was able to convert that fat demon to his army, y'all. Talk to me. Talk to me. Boy. I mean, I would say, hey, let's uh let's get you so ridiculously powerful and shit just to infinity. But I mean, it would be best, you would think, if you was in his position, Sung Jin Woo, to stack up as much as you can within your arsenal, because of the simple fact of the obvious unawareness you have of the power that these other hunters have. And it could be just that, like on a whole bunch of these different anime uh, virtual reality video games, that they have them PKers. So, yeah, it's not hard to imagine that, there being hunters wanting to attack other hunters. Which I'll see it being a little nonsensical, I mean, especially too when there's hardly anything to gain from it. If there's nothing to gain from it, like they don't drop no items or none of that, um, like they do in Shangri-La. Yeah, because that kind of reminded me of that too, Shangri-La Frontier, because I'm watching that too as well, and that's ongoing. Yes, and I reminded myself to go back and yeah, they do got a new episode out. So, and I shall be covering episode 4 too. But man, going to this, he took out the next demon lord with no problem, man. With no problem. Like, and it's surprising. He shocked that demon lord, that of that stage, because he was like already at the 75th floor at that point. The demon lord observed and seen his army coming, but he didn't see Sung Jinwoo to snuck up, right behind him, behind his throne. And Sung Jinwoo took his ass out something quick. I'm like, whoo, boy, I know my boy got to be strong as hell. And then he got further, getting further to his main point of destination, to get higher up on the floors, because there's 25 floors left. There's a total of 100 floors. So, so he, made the wise decision to say, hey, okay, he's out of rations. He's out of, he's out of shit. He needs to restock. And plus, on top of that, he needs to be able to come back, with, to be stronger. You think at that point, okay, whatever level he got to, that he ended at right there, that you think, okay, you would have come back. If he made it to level 100, you would want to come back and being smart RPG lessons, 101. Yeah, it'll be smart for you to come back, to try to come back at level 130 with some newer skills and abilities. Because he said he's just so close. He's just so close to getting to the last ingredient he needs to create the elixir of life. As he's showing his high driving ambition and his strong determination of wanting to get this elixir, because he's trying to heal his mother, his sick mother. Is honorable. So hopefully he goes through and think wise about this, about everything and in his steps. And there's gonna be people trying to get in his way with their own bullshit. So I can imagine that. So I haven't seen the 4th episode yet. And like, wow, this is so awesome, dude. And then his dad, right? Because his dad was being questioned by Huang. But Huang, man, he got a smart ass mouth, man. He's like, I can't believe I'm in here, basically questioning a beast, a humanoid beast. As he thought. They still thinking he wasn't human. I have the question after this because after he tried him, because uh, his father, Sung Wang, basic question, was like, hey, you answer my question. He's like, no. I'm like, all right. But then he really poked the bear. Huang really poked the bear when he was talking about, his kids. He, got to talk a little bit more shit, and then Huang recognized. He was like, "Hey, you." I was like, "Oh, so you giving off some kind of murderous aura right now?" Okay. He was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Shit, we can go right now." Oh, I still talking shit though to him about his kid. And then next thing you see with that, you see buildings, a couple of buildings destroyed, and you see Huang hung up, oh, knocked out, and the shirt he was wearing was burnt off, like totally like slumped over, over the rubble and knocked out. And the dude said too, hey, that witnessed some of the action. He's like, hey, it happened so quick. So we can say that, hey, it ain't hard to imagine, like, hey, like Gohan, boom, he's powerful and badass, but the dad Goku, damn it, he's more powerful and badass. Wait till you see him, kind of shit. So, hey, so it's the same setup. Hey, the dad can't come through now, and be weaker than the son now. Come on, But wasn't there a point? Yeah, during the Cell Saga when Gohan was at that point, more powerful than Goku, huh? So I don't know, cause bull, like the way that dude made it sound, right? When Huang got taken out by his dad, that his dad basically moved at lightning speed. So yeah. Wow. So I'm definitely curious to see, okay, what this entails. Oh man. Well, because this dad's abilities on Geek. So now I'm excited. I'm ready to see, okay, how far along where he's at, Sung Jin Woo, okay, and how he's going to end up meeting his dad, how that's going to come about, and them going into showing like, okay, his dad's abilities and how what his actual power is and stuff like that. So, and then he also comes, but before he ends up fighting Huang, he mentions about how do humans here know the true nature of these gates and shit? But he tells them that whatever knowledge they do have of them, those are just premonitions. So basically, I'm looking forward to them going into the true nature of these events, of these gates or whatnot. So thanks for coming through, you guys. Appreciate it. It's your guy Ray Hama, 1 versus a million. Yes, so let's go. Episode 4. We shall be covering that too as well. Thank you guys for coming through. Yes, oh man, time kind of flies too, don't it? So yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it for coming through. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also hit the Cash App too if you're feeling willing to bless the Hama Force. Appreciate it. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you. And thank you, brother Roastmaster One. Again, brother, always, man, always grateful to you, brother. Appreciate you, bro. And like I say, with that, and thanks, to you guys for you guys' support and all to all the subscribers, to all those viewing and watching. Yes, I shall play this for the outro. And let's go. Till next time. Peace.
同じ時に生まれ